back to Making Frugal Fun. I'm Shannon and I share our family's journey to pay off over $500,000 of debt. Make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss anything. Also, before I jump into some August budget busters and a debt-free journey update, I wanted to make sure that you grab some freebies. With it being back to school month, obviously a lot of the August budget busters are going to be back to school related, and I do have a really cute, or I think it's cute, back to school printable budget planner. So it has some ideas to put in your budget. It's super cute to add to your budget binder, and also a printable cash envelope so you can cut it out, fold it up, and you have a little cash envelope to keep your cash and keep track of all of your back to school expenses so you can stay on budget. Also, as I have every month, you can grab my August budget busters and budget busters for every single month. They're printable. Add them to your budget binder. It just helps you jog your memory so you don't forget certain things that are coming up, holidays that are coming up, and other things that I've just found that I've forgotten in my budget in past years. If I think of them, I add them to the list, and then hopefully it will help you going forward. You can grab those freebies in the description box below, and also I'll link a few other helpful things for back to school, like some lunch ideas and things like that. So obviously, or maybe not obviously, maybe you're new here, and if you are, hello, and please subscribe. But I did not have a July budget update. Honestly, like the whole summer, I haven't posted a YouTube video in a couple months, and the whole summer has just been a total struggle with the kids home, like getting content up. But I'm really excited as they go back to school and we get back in our routine. I am really gonna be focusing back on YouTube a lot and hope to get a lot of videos, maybe even 2 a week going forward, I'm hoping. So look forward to that. And I had COVID, finally got me in the beginning of June, and after that I was just like out. And then like it was like the kids were sick. Nobody else got it in our house, luckily, or at least nobody tested positive for it anyways. And so, but it did hit me pretty hard. It was not fun at all, but feeling better, getting more motivated, excited about new routines, excited about August budgeting. So look forward to more content. So as far as our debt-free journey, we are 3.5 years into this. I started talking about our debt-free journey in 2019, beginning of 2019, and we have paid off $529,512.94. That's how much I've tracked, and we've been stuck at that number for a while, for several months. Because of the success of my blog, yay, we paid off a lot of debt, but we owed a lot more taxes than we were expecting, like $70,000, yes. And we only had about $35,000 saved. So we've been kind of like trying to catch up on that before going back to the last $43,000 of student loan debt. So luckily there's no interest right now on the student loan debt still. Who knows how long that will last? It just keeps getting pushed back. So I am grateful for that. They're not growing, but I would like to get them out of our life ASAP. Like, I'm so sick of looking at those things. Oh, the thing on my, like the debt payoff tracker on our fridge, I want to add to it. I want it to go away, basically. I'm like so done. But, you know, life happens, a lot of things, a lot of medical issues, dentist bills, just something, you know, one thing after another. And honestly, over the summer, we have gotten off track a lot on budgeting just in general. And so I'm really looking forward to getting back on track this month and just getting remotivated. I'm excited. Like, this is my favorite time of year, going into fall and everything. I like routines and I like cooler weather, and I'm very excited for what is to come. Hopefully next month I'll have a more exciting debt-free journey update for you, but for now we're kind of stagnant. We have probably about $25,000 left on that tax, the 2021 taxes. And it's weird because like our taxes, we did an extension, so I'm still not like sure exactly how much we owe. But I also know that it's due even if you file an extension. So it's just kind of like you're guessing how much you owe, honestly, like with the help of your accountant. So super confusing. I'm just glad I'm not an accountant. My mom actually is, but I'm glad I'm not. Also, we've been having issues with our billing company at our office, and we're switching billing companies. So we've not been able to pay ourselves like our usual salary from the office either. So it's like we're taking income hits everywhere. And then my blog income, like I'm very thankful that we have 2 incomes now and not just the income from our practice. So our blog income, I say blog, YouTube, everything, is like supporting us right now, and then like extra goes to debt. And if you've been following along, you know that that income can be really unstable. Like I can have an insane like 5-figure month, or I can, you know, just barely cover my expenses. It just depends on sponsorship opportunities, if I have like a new product that I'm selling, different things like that. So it does get busier in the second half of the year with blogging, especially like with working with brands going into the holidays and stuff like that. So I'm excited and looking forward to a lot of increased income opportunities. And all we can do, the thing we can control is our budget, and we have not been doing that great of a job on that, to be honest. So these are just the realities of a 3.5-year debt-free journey. We have months where we are like insane, awesome, sticking to our budget, going crazy, selling stuff and making a lot of money. And we have months where it's like, I feel like, no way, we're never going to be able to do this. What's the point? And, you know, I get all down and then blah, blah. But having this YouTube channel and knowing like I have to show up for you guys and I got to post and we've got to finish this up, it really keeps me motivated. So thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for being here. Okay, so now I get to help you with some August budget busters. So this is just some motivation. If you haven't done your budget for August yet, there's still time. Even if you're watching this like a couple weeks into August, why not start now? It's only going to help you. Even if you are like barely making it, having a budget is not gonna hurt. So obviously back to school, if you have kids, back to school supplies, lunch boxes, backpacks, clothes, all those things are going to add up. But there are some things that you can do. Obviously, looking at what your kids already have, what still fits, what can they still use from last year. You know, like our kids got sent home with like a ton of barely used school supplies like at the end of the year, and I was like, oh my gosh, like markers that weren't even opened, and I was like, oh, why couldn't we use this again next year? So looking at what you already have is a great way to save money. Also hitting up the dollar store, even though I do find that Walmart is probably the cheapest for school supplies, because sometimes you get things like 89 cents, 99 cents, and now the Dollar Tree, you go in the Dollar Tree, it's $1.25 like every time. So make sure that you look and see what you have first before you go shopping, and then, you know, try to stick to a list and get exactly what you need. As far as clothes as well, shopping consignment stores or thrift stores is really awesome. And there are some places like Once Upon a Child, Kid to Kid in the DFW area where you can sell things, and then you can like use that credit towards your shopping experience. So that is a really great way to save money on clothes. And the stuff I buy there is new. I mean, it is like nice new stuff. Like they don't buy stuff that is crummy or whatever. So a couple of tips and a little bit of motivation on back to school shopping there. This is what hit us. Who did this hit us hard? Fall sports and activity registrations. Our kids participate in a lot of activities, a lot of sports as they're getting older. We love it. It's like our weekend entertainment, honestly. So we don't mind spending the money, budgeting for it and spending the money, because we spend our whole days at the baseball field or cheer practice or gymnastics or whatever. So don't forget to budget for that, because the registration fees are usually due like end of July, early August. So if you're planning on getting your kids in youth sports, make sure to check deadlines and how much that's going to cost. And don't forget about equipment. So it's like the fee, but then if they need cleats or uniforms or whatever, hair bows, leotards, all those things, make sure that you're also putting money aside for that. Once school starts, they'll be needing like PTA fees if you're going to join PTA. You might want to help your teacher get some things off their Amazon list, or get them a back to school gift or something like that. So if you do those things, make sure you're setting aside money in your budget for that. And then back to school, like physicals, doctor visits, immunizations, if your kids need to get those done before they can attend school, make sure that you're also setting aside, if your insurance doesn't cover, or if you're gonna have a copay, or if you're self-pay, you can go to, sometimes they have the back to school immunization clinics where it's much cheaper than if you go to the doctor's office to get the immunizations. I found that out because we have Christian Healthcare Ministries. It's not traditional insurance. It doesn't cover vaccines. So we usually just like hit up the back to school clinics or the immunization clinics. because it was going to be like $700 if we paid cash for it in the office, which was like out of budget for that. So coming up, now that school's starting and fall is around the corner, you might want to start saving for if you're going to go to a football game this year, or you're going to have a child that's going to homecoming dance, or school pictures come up in the fall. Also, Labor Day weekend comes up really quick if you're planning a staycation or a little road trip or getaway. And fall activities, home decor and pumpkin spice and everything nice. If you have to go get your pumpkin spice candles and your pumpkin spice lattes and stuff, it's okay to get that stuff, but just make sure you're setting aside a budget for it so you don't go overboard and you're not like feeling guilty about it, and you can indulge because you know you have $20 set aside for your Starbucks drinks that month or whatever. And now is as good a time as any to start saving for Christmas. Like, it is coming, so if you haven't started saving, set aside a little bit each month, or take advantage of like summer toy sales and put some things aside now. Anything you can do to help defer or to help reduce the cost of Christmas. It is going to be here before we know it. It is crazy how fast time is flying. I really hope that doing these budget busters every month helps you just to like get remotivated and energized for creating a budget. I know for everyone it's not always the most exciting thing to do, but I like to try to make it a little more fun with like little printables that you can put in your budget binder, and just giving you guys some ideas of things to budget for. Oh, that just made me think of haircuts. Back to school haircuts. That's something that we'll sometimes forget, but oh, we didn't budget for that, dang it. Comes out of the miscellaneous budget or whatever. So yeah, little things like that. Now I'm thinking like a million things, like dorm stuff if your kids are going to college, lunch boxes, technology, iPads if you need to get one or something like that for school. Headphones we needed. That was on the school supply list last year. My daughter needed headphones they use like the iPad in class. Anyways, so yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of these things on my back to school budget planner and also in the budget busters. But yeah, if you guys think of anything that like is a surprise in your budget every August that I haven't mentioned here, put it in the comments and we can help each other to stay on budget in August. Make sure that you grab my free printables below, and make sure that you hit the subscribe button and the notifications so that you don't miss anything. Go ahead and give the video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
It's not a lie that I die. I can't hide.